Hi guys, I'm going to try not to make this boring, but we're going to talk about ATP testing. Okay, ATP testing stands for adenosine triphosphate testing, which is a complex way of saying we're looking for a specific molecule that's in living things. Okay, and somebody smarter than me has determined that that is a way of checking for cleanliness. Meaning, cleanliness is a relative term. Okay, some people may see something and go, oh, that looks clean, and other people are going, oh, that's disgusting. Or again, depending on how you test for it, it depends on what you consider clean, or what, more importantly, other people who hire you may find clean. Meaning, if you're in a meat packing plant and they are looking for a cleanliness factor of RLUs, which is relative light units, generated by this machine. In other words, this is going to tell me what the RLU number is for a specific area that I test for. Okay, meaning we take this, we open this up. Okay, this has a swab in it. All right, we're going to swab an area. We're going to crack this so the liquid reaches the swab, shake it up, put it in the machine. The machine's going to generate a number. It's going to give us a way of understanding what the RLU number is for that specific area. Now, that company will have a pass-fail RLU number system, meaning, most companies are like, say, 250, okay? So 250 RLUs will say that that area is clean. Anything below that is great. Anything above that is cautionary up to the point of, say, 500 RLUs, which is fail, okay? Not every number is exactly that, but they're going to have their own determining numbers that they generate. Now, for our purposes in our remediation company, we use this as an internal test to test certain areas to see how we are doing, okay? A lot of times it's great to have a before and after, to determine how well we did or how well our disinfectants are working and things like that. This is a 3M unit. There's other units out there. There's Hygiena. There's a couple other ones. Some of them have different number structures. This is a 3-digit RLU. This spits out 3 digits, whereas I think the Hygiena spits out a 2-digit. So say this one, 250 is pass. Anything below that, I think Hygiena is like 10. Okay, so anything under 10 is pass. Anything over 30 for Hygiena, I believe, is fail, and then in between is caution. Okay, might need some more scrubbing in there. But anyway, this one, for our purposes, we're going to say 250 and below is clean. Anything below 500 is cautionary, and everything above that is a fail. Okay, so let's try it just to show you what we're dealing with here. All right, I'm just checking on what we've got here. All right, so we're going to generate a sample. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but I've checked out a 4x4 inch square here, and that's what they suggest to use. When you're using a swab like this, you don't take it out unless you're ready to use it, okay? When you apply it, you want to apply enough pressure to put a bend in it, okay, when you're rubbing it on a table. And what you want to do is go within a 4-inch square, go zigzag in one direction, and then you're going to zigzag in the other direction, okay? Got a little beep here. Oh, chamber, yeah, the chamber door is open. It's a chamber of secrets here. So let's do that, right? You can see I have a bend in it, and I'm rotating it as we go a little bit. Okay, we went that way, and now we go this way. All right, let's pop this in here. I almost put it in the machine that way. Okay, now you have about 4 hours till you have to use this, okay? But we're gonna use it now, so we're gonna crack it. All right, you see the little swab went in the liquid. I'm gonna shake it up. We're gonna pop it in the machine. This just said we have 1,250 RLU. So that's a pretty high number. That is a fail, okay? So we're gonna try disinfectant, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and check that area and make sure it's better. Let's pop this one out. And now this goes in the trash, okay? So it's good to start with a before and an after kind of thing. Now when I say before, granted we do a blood and tissue and things like that. I'm not saying obviously don't do that. Don't stick it in the mess, okay? But it's just a general tool to have so we can see if we're doing better or worse. So I'm gonna use some disinfectant here and see how we do, and I'll come back. Okay, so I've applied some disinfectant to this area and I let it dry, okay? One of the things about our disinfectants are they have a dwell time of roughly 2 minutes. I let it sit a little longer. Basically, that means that it has to sit that long in order for it to kill all the germs and the things it's supposed to do. That's what disinfectants do. So we're going to test this area one more time. That other number was pretty high, but again, who knows who's been in here. The mail guy drops things off on this table. It's always hard to say. So go back and forth again with our swab. Door here. See if we get measuring. Like I said, it takes about 10 seconds for it to do its job. See how our disinfectant is working. Okay. We went from, what was it, 1,250 to 16 RLUs. Okay, so that shows me that our disinfectant is doing its job. That's quite a bit. That's pretty low, actually. So that shows me that this is clean, at least by the standards that we set out. Anything under 250 was going to be clean, considered clean. Okay, so we're doing pretty good there. I like these testers a lot for that purpose. It lets me know that our chemicals are working, that our techniques are working. Again, it's just a tool to use with the rest of our things. These get pretty expensive, and the machine is very expensive, but one, it makes you look professional because you're using professional tools to show standards that you have to make sure that what you're saying you're doing, you can back up with hard data, right? So again, ATP testing isn't for everybody. It's not for everything that every job that we do. But it's just something I want to point out because it is pretty important, and it lets you know where you stand. Okay, so, and like I said, if you want to go into other areas where you have to literally prove that your cleaning techniques are working, you're going to do that. And one of the things I didn't mention is that you're not just going to do one test, okay, in one little area if you're doing a whole area. Okay, meaning if you're doing a factory or whatnot, you're going to take many tests and add them up and divide them by, you're basically going to get the average of them so you can come up with that number. Okay, so some might be a little higher, some might be a little lower, but as long as your cumulative number is under what you set out to be or what they deem as clean, you're good. If it's higher, then you got to do a better job. You got to use better chemicals or whatever you have to do to get those numbers down to where they can use it. Because honestly, if you're dealing with food prep, that's extremely important to make sure that we bring those numbers down to a standard that is acceptable for health reasons, obviously. So anyway, it's worth checking out. If you have any questions, just hit me up. Let me know. Please subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. I know these can be boring sometimes, and I'm sorry. It is what it is. But anyway, thanks again.